Hello dreamers, and welcome back to Dream Queen by Perla. As always guys, thank you for all your love and support. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel, and if you haven't done so, I encourage you to do so. It helps with growing the channel, getting the video out there for more people, as well as keeping me accountable. For personal readings, all that information can be found down below in the description. So now without further ado, Scorpio, what do we have for you this week? There is a um there's kind of like this uneasy energy, or this energy that is trying to resurface. um Certain and again guys, these are general readings. There's something that you haven't really dealt with, um and it's creeping up on you, and it's coming in many different forms, or is manifesting itself in different forms. Distraction, procrastination, this what I like to call blah feeling, like where you really feel like doing nothing but just like lying there, like just existing, and not actually living. So needing to explore what is causing that for you specifically. And I don't mean to laugh, it's just kind of like these are usually things that we don't want to deal with. These are usually things that when we talk about like those demons that we don't want to face, right? And it's kind of like that way. Like, what is it that you have been avoiding? Is it launching a business? Is it getting a new job? Is it moving further up where you work or what you do? Is it starting something new? It's almost kind of like that type of energy where you almost kind of like talk yourself out of certain things, or you kind of just push something down or to the side till later, either because you feel that you're already doing enough and there's no way that you can add an extra thing. I'm pretty sure that if you reevaluate your schedule and see where it is that you're spending your extra time or your free time, you'll be able to see that you do have time for this. When it comes to okay, and again guys, these are general readings. There is something when it comes to a relationship. For some of you this is romantically, for some of you this is going to be platonic, but there are two relationships that are okay. And I know that this is not a love reading, but it's something that is very significant, I guess, that has to come up. Specifically for those of you Scorpios that are in a romantic relationship, there is a sense that somebody that you're in a platonic relationship with, whether it's a friend or a family member, is invading or trying to invade in a relationship, that in your romantic relationship. Now if this is a friend that you have, like, you know, a platonic relationship, this person is telling you that who you're with doesn't value you, doesn't love you, doesn't care for you, because they are trying to get in the way of the relationship. Now they might not say it directly like that, but they're almost like wanting to be your shoulder to cry on. And this is regardless of gender guys, but this person has an alternative motive. So if you find yourself in a situation like that, just know that someone wants to claim you and wants to come in between a romantic relationship. Now if this is a family member that is telling you that somebody doesn't deserve you, or that whatever it is, first ask yourself, is this person in a successful relationship? Is this person single? How many times has this person been married? How many times has this person been divorced? And does this person, what is this person's view on the person that you're with? Do they like them, etc.? Because there is an alternative motive. So if this is a family member or something like that, it's like they want you to date who they think it's best for you. And we're going to leave it at that, because again, I don't want to get too much into love. This is more on a focus on you personally, Scorpio. But there is a sense of something that you you haven't wanted to deal with. Whether this is an emotional pain or something like that, or an emotional experience. I don't know, it just kind of looks like you shut down. You shut down and you shut down, and then what tends to happen is when you shut down, you're shutting down not just to that specific thing, but you're shutting down to everything else, right? So like, for example, right, there are people that can shut down dealing with certain emotional issues at the moment because they don't want to deal with it, right? But they can still function and get their work, their school, their hobbies, their gym, their whatever done. But when you shut down, you're trying to shut that one specific thing, but you tend to shut down completely, where then everything becomes overwhelming. Getting out of bed, getting to work, working out, etc. And it's almost kind of like, feels like you're fighting yourself just to get out of bed. So whatever it is that you have been avoiding to dive into or dive deeper into, that is emotionally affecting you, you have to go ahead and face that. Regardless of what the outcome is going to be. Does that mean that you're going to walk away from a person? Does that mean that you're going to have to search certain boundaries? Does that mean that you're going to have to face certain demons within yourself? Does that mean that you're going to have to walk away from a group of friends? You know what? At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you cannot continue on shutting down the way that you have been shutting down. And until you don't deal with whatever this is, it's a pattern that is going to continue on repeating itself, and it's going to eventually not just affect your romantic life, but also affect your relationships with others and your relationship with yourself, because then you start to get yourself into and I hate to say it this way, but when you don't deal with something that has affected you emotionally, or you don't even acknowledge it, it does start to affect your relationship with yourself. So whatever it is that you may have done or someone may have done to you in the past, it is time to let that go. It is time to heal that part of yourself, and it is time for you to allow yourself to move forward from this. And remember, healing is not a benefit for the other person. Healing is a benefit for yourself. And when we heal and we let go, it doesn't necessarily, I'm not telling you to forget and to pretend like something never happened. I am just telling you not to stay in that space where you're replaying something and reliving those emotionally constantly, because that is a self-torture. So let's go ahead and let's see what we have for tarot. So we have the Magician, which I actually like. I'm going to say like. I was going to say love, but I say like, and I'm wondering why. The Nine of Wands and the Five of Coins. And I like, and that's why I say I like, is because, again, there's something from your past that is holding you back. There's something that you haven't dealt with that is holding you back. Now, this can be an extreme trauma, or this can be something as simple as like, okay, I wanted to have A, B, C, and D at this age, and I don't have it. And because you're so stuck on what you haven't accomplished, you're not moving forward, or you're not taking more risk. So you're being told, okay, you wanted to have a house by the time you were 30 and you're 32. That's perfectly fine. Now, let's focus on getting that house. But I need you to stop. I need you to stop. I need you to stop with this guilt trip about yourself, or feeling sorry for yourself because you didn't accomplish something, regardless of whatever the reason that stopped you from accomplishing it in the past. Let's go ahead, let's focus on the now, and let's go and get this house. It's kind of like that type of energy that you're being told to embrace. So we're going to pull out an oracle card. Now, this can be confirmation to the reading, your advice, or something that you need to be made aware of that you're not seeing clearly. Number 63, Winter's Dream, gestational period. And the winter stream, right? When we think about winter, we think about things dying off. We think about that hibernating type of energy, right? And it's almost kind of like, hey, it's time for this to die off. It is time for this thought pattern or this emotional baggage that you've been holding on. Let it die off this winter. Let it die off so that you can start fresh and you can move forward. So let's go ahead and see what is your final message. Final message for Scorpio. What is the final message? Transform. Emerge with beauty and grace from your cocoon. It's time to transform. And transformation comes when you face those difficult times, when you face those fears, right? And if it's not an emotional issue, if it's not something from your past that is holding you back, it is fear of the unknown or fear of not knowing if something is going to work in your favor. And that fear you need to let go of, Scorpio. Alrighty, guys, that is all that I have for you for this week. Sending every single one of you love, strength, and blessing, guys. Take care. Love you all. Mwah. Bye-bye.